Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 1137 named nth Tribonacci number. In this problem, we are given an input n and we have to return the nth Tribonacci number. Now, let's understand the definition of the Tribonacci series. Tribonacci sequence is a sequence. The first element of this sequence is 0. The second element of this sequence is 1. And the third element of this sequence is 1. Now, the term n plus 3 is equal to summation of term n plus 1, and n plus 2. The constraint of this example is the value of n can be in between 0 to 37, and the answer is guaranteed to be fit within the 32-bit integer. I hope you understood the problem. Now let's move on to the solution. This kind of problem basically belongs to dynamic programming. We can solve this problem by using one-directional dynamic programming array. According to the definition, the first value of the Tribonacci sequence is 0. The second value of the Tribonacci sequence is 1. And the third value of the Tribonacci sequence is 1. Now, for the fourth value here, this is the summation of the value, this, and this, as per the definition of the Tribonacci sequence. Now, the value presented in this cell will be equal to 0 plus 1 plus 1, which is 2. Now, the value presented in this cell will be equal to 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. Now, the value presented in the 5 index is 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. Now, the value presented in the 6th index is 7 plus 4 plus 2, which is 13. Now, the value presented in the 7th index is 13 plus 7 plus 4, which is 23. Now, the value presented in the 8th index is 23 plus 13 plus 7, which is 43. Now, in the first example, the value of n is 4. That means we have to find the Tribonacci's number of the index 4, which is 4. And if we want to find any number by using the index number, we can simply return the value from this vector. And in this dynamic programming solution, the value of one node is dependent on the previous 3 nodes. So there is a repetitive problem. This is a pretty much easy dynamic programming problem. I hope you understood the problem. Now let's move on to the code. In this code, at first we are given a function Tribonacci. The parameter of this function is n, and the return type of this function is an integer value, which is the nth Tribonacci number. Now, if our current value n is 0, then we have to return 0. If n is 1, we have to return 1. And if n is 2, we have to return 1 as well. These are the base condition. Now, at first, we are taking a vector Fibonacci, and currently we are filling all of the element of this vector by using 0. And after that, we have to put 1 into the first index and 1 into the second index. And after that, we have to use a for loop from the index 3 to n. And in each iteration, we have to sum the value of previous 3 cells and put it into the ith Fibonacci element. And finally, we have to return the nth Fibonacci number. I hope you understood the code. Now let's move on to the time and space complexity analysis of this problem. In this problem, the time complexity is big O of n, where n is the length of the vector, and the space complexity is also big O of n because we are using one extra vector. In the worst case, the size of this vector can be equal to n. I hope you understood the solution and the time complexity. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.